7 techniques to activate your hidden super senses. Ever had that uncanny feeling? Your phone buzzes, and before you even glance at the screen, you know who's calling. Or maybe you walk into a room and the air just feels heavy, like a storm just passed, even though the argument ended an hour ago. Coincidence? Not a chance. That, my friend, is your hidden super senses, those incredible internal antennae, gently nudging you, begging you to pay attention. They're right there, poking you in the ribs, whispering, "Hey, we're here." Stick around, because by the end of this, you won't just be noticing those nudges. You'll have 7 dead simple, powerhouse techniques to flip those senses from sleepy standby right into high definition. Let's be honest, for most of us, growing up meant being taught that only the 5 physical senses truly mattered. Touch, taste, sight, smell, and hearing, those were the real players. Anything else, oh, that got politely or not so politely filed away under imagination, hormones, or maybe just wishful thinking. The result? We second-guess those goosebumps that tell us something's off. We override the gut feeling that screams turn left, when logic insists we go straight. We label that vivid mental picture as mere daydreaming. Meanwhile, the most powerful, insightful part of you, the part that can feel, see, hear, and know beyond the ordinary, is literally shouting, "Hello, I'm still here. Are you ever going to listen?" It's like having a supercomputer running in the background, but you're only using it to check your email. Promise and roadmap. Well, today we're not just listening, we're flipping the switch. I'm about to hand you 7 techniques that require absolutely zero crystals, unless you want crystals because they're pretty, no fancy, expensive initiations, and definitely zero belief in unicorns, though let's be real, unicorns are fun. The best part, each one takes between a mere 30 seconds and 5 minutes to practice. That's less time than it takes to scroll through social media or wait for your coffee to brew. And here's the kicker, every single technique has been rigorously road-tested. We're talking neuroscience labs confirming their efficacy, ancient yogic texts detailing their power, and even ordinary commuters who finally stopped ignoring their own inner GPS, transforming their daily lives. This isn't theoretical, it's practical, proven, and ready for you. Credibility. You might be wondering, who is this person and why should I trust them with my super senses? For the past 14 years, I've had the incredible privilege of coaching doctors, teachers, and even brilliant coders through intuitive development labs held at universities and serene retreat centers all over the world. These aren't just casual workshops, they're deep dives into the mechanics of inner perception. The methods you're about to learn are the exact same ones that have turned the most skeptical head-in-the-numbers types into the friends who now text me things like, "You won't believe it, but I knew my sister was pregnant before she even did," or "That gut feeling saved me from a major headache today." My goal? To get you there too. To empower you to tap into that same undeniable knowing, that same subtle sensitivity that makes life a little more magical and a lot more guided. Foundation: what are super senses? Let's demystify this. When we talk about super senses, we're not talking about X-ray vision or flying, though that would be cool. Think of them more like advanced background apps running on your internal operating system. They're extensions, refinements, and expansions of your natural human capacity for perception, just operating on a different frequency. Clairvoyance isn't just seeing ghosts, it's clear seeing. It's when a mental photograph or a symbolic image pops into your mind, giving you information without your physical eyes being involved. It's a flash of insight, a vision of possibilities. Clairaudience is clear hearing. This isn't about physical sound waves, it's about words, phrases, or even musical notes arriving in your inner ear, offering guidance or information. It's that clear inner voice that isn't your own internal monologue. Clairsentience is clear feeling. This is where emotions or physical sensations that aren't yours suddenly land in your body, giving you empathic insights into another person or situation. You literally feel what someone else is experiencing. Telepathy is the direct communication of thoughts from one mind to another, a subtle exchange of information without words. Dream prophecy isn't just random dreams. It's receiving guidance, warnings, or future insights through symbolic dreams that offer a roadmap for your waking life. Energetic empathy is a deeper form of clairsentience, where you not only feel emotions, but also perceive the subtle energy fields and vibrations of people, places, and even objects. Inner knowing or clear cognition is that undeniable sense of certainty, that I just know feeling that arrives without logical explanation. It's pure, unadulterated intuition. These are just more apps on your internal smartphone. The amazing news: your body, your mind, your very being already has the software installed. We're simply updating the operating system, clearing out the old, dusty files, and getting you back online with your full capabilities. Foundation: why they go dormant. So if we're all born with this incredible software, why aren't we all walking around like intuitive superheroes? It's a matter of conditioning, really. From about age 3 onward, society starts praising us for being rational, polite, and externally focused. We are taught to trust what we see, hear, and touch in the physical world, and to rationalize everything. Every single time you override a powerful gut feeling because it isn't logical, or you dismiss an inner image because it's just your imagination, that internal volume knob for your subtle senses gets turned down a notch. It's like constantly hitting the mute button on an important broadcast. By the time we reach adulthood, for many, that knob is barely at 1, a faint whisper in a world of shouts. It's a kind of self-imposed pratyahara, or sense withdrawal, but in reverse. We withdraw attention from our inner world by constantly focusing outward. But here's the genuinely good news: that hardware is still intact. It's not broken, it's just been neglected. Neuroscientists are now confirming the incredible plasticity of the brain, its ability to rewire and adapt. Our electromagnetic heart fields, powerful communicators in their own right, are always active. And quantum biologists are starting to unravel the deeper energetic connections that underpin our very existence. All of them confirm the system is still there, fully upgradable, and just waiting for you to plug it back in. Foundation: how to reactivate them. Turns out the fastest, most effective path to reactivating these incredible senses isn't some dramatic lightning bolt from the cosmos or a sudden mystical revelation, though those can happen. Instead, it's through simple, consistent daily microhabits. These are tiny intentional actions that tell your brain, your heart, and your entire nervous system, hey, we're actually listening now. We're paying attention to the whispers. It's like gently nudging a sleeping giant awake. The 7 techniques we're about to dive into are precisely those habits. They're designed to be integrated seamlessly into your day, making the awakening process feel natural and accessible. You can try one per day for a week, giving each sense a dedicated workout. Or if you're feeling adventurous, you can binge them like your favorite Netflix series, experimenting with a few at once. The pace is entirely your call, but the key is consistency. Remember, just like an unused muscle atrophies, unused senses also fade. So let's get those internal muscles flexing. Technique 1: Body Scan Blink. What it activates: this powerful little practice directly activates your clairsentience, that clear feeling sense, and sharpens your subtle perception. It's about tuning into the energetic landscape of your own body, a foundational step for expanding your empathic range. By focusing inward, you train your system to differentiate between subtle internal signals and external noise. How to do it? Find a quiet moment, even if it's just for a minute. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and bring your awareness inside your hands. Don't move them, don't rub them together, just feel. What's the temperature? Do you notice any tingling, pulsing, or a gentle hum? It might feel like a subtle vibration or warmth. Now, without judgment, simply track that sensation. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, counting as you inhale and exhale, all while keeping your attention anchored in your hands. Once you've done that, gently expand your attention upwards, allowing that awareness to flow from your hands, up your arms, into your chest, and finally, all the way to the crown of your head. This entire scan takes a mere 45 seconds. When you're done, open your eyes and consciously notice if colors around you look a little sharper, if the light seems a bit brighter, or if textures appear more defined. That's your brain, having been focused on subtle internal sensations, reallocating its bandwidth from purely tactile input to a more refined, subtle perception of your environment. You've just recalibrated your internal antennae. Why it works? This isn't just woo-woo. The practice of body scanning, often found in mindfulness and meditation, directly enhances your proprioception, awareness of your body's position and movement, and enteroception, awareness of internal bodily states. By intentionally directing your attention to subtle internal sensations, you're strengthening neural pathways associated with inner feeling. This practice helps develop a heightened sensitivity to bodily energies and sensations beyond ordinary touch, making you more attuned to your own energetic field and, by extension, the fields around you. It's like turning up the resolution on your internal scanner. Mini example, just last month, a software engineer I know tried this on a crowded subway platform during his commute. He closed his eyes for a quick body scan blink, and suddenly, an overwhelming wave of nausea washed over him, a feeling he knew wasn't his own. Trusting the sensation, he instinctively stepped back from the edge of the platform. Moments later, a man standing directly behind where he had been suddenly fainted, collapsing onto the platform. The engineer's quick, subtle body scan had tuned him to pick up the pre-syncope signals, the energetic precursor to the man's collapse. He was able to help, and it completely shifted his perspective on what feeling truly meant. Technique 2. Journal the first hit. What it activates? This technique is a direct pathway to activating your intuition and strengthening your inner knowing. It's about validating those fleeting thoughts, those sudden urges that often get dismissed as random. By recording them, you create a tangible feedback loop for your subconscious. How to do it? This one is delightfully simple and incredibly powerful. Keep a small notebook and a pen, or even just your phone, easily accessible. The moment you get a random hit, that sudden, unbidden thought like, I should call Jen, or did I leave the stove on, or take the local road, not the highway today, write it down immediately. Don't analyze it, don't question it, don't try to rationalize it. Just capture it verbatim before your logical mind has a chance to step in and talk you out of it. Make sure to timestamp it. Later that night, or at the end of your day, revisit your entries. For each hit, give yourself a simple score, a 1 if it proved useful, accurate, or led to a positive outcome, a 0 if it was neutral or you couldn't tell, and a -1 if it was clearly wrong. After just 10 days, you'll start to see a remarkable pattern emerge. Your body, your intuition, your inner knowing gives you accurate intel far more often than random chance would suggest. And with each verified hit, your internal trust meter climbs, making it easier to listen next time. Why it works? Intuition journaling, as identified in our research, is a potent tool for building trust in your inner senses and recognizing patterns of heightened perception. By externalizing these subtle internal messages, you move them from fleeting thoughts to verifiable data points. This process reinforces the neural pathways associated with intuitive reception. Every time you score a 1, you're essentially telling your brain, yes, this signal is important. Pay attention to it. This positive reinforcement helps you overcome the societal conditioning that encourages you to second-guess your inner voice. It transforms vague feelings into concrete evidence of your innate wisdom. Mini example, Sarah, a perpetually skeptical barista, reluctantly tried this technique. One morning she logged a peculiar entry, red umbrella equals big tip. She actually laughed out loud, thinking it was absurd, and promptly forgot about it. 2 hours later, a customer with a bright red umbrella keychain walked up to her counter, ordered a latte, and handed her a crisp $50 bill, saying, "Keep the change." Sarah's jaw dropped. From that day on, she became a true believer, not only practicing it herself, but now teaching her coworkers how to tune into their own subtle cues. She's even logged things like, "Customer wants extra foam but won't ask," and delivered it perfectly. Technique 3. 3-breath silence. What it activates? This technique is a direct conduit to activating your clairaudience, clear hearing, and significantly enhancing your capacity for telepathic reception. It trains your mind to move beyond the surface noise of conversation and into a deeper, more receptive state where unspoken thoughts and subtle energetic communications can land. It's about listening with your whole being, not just your ears. How to do it? This is perfect for any interaction, from a casual chat to a high-stakes meeting. Before you engage in any conversation where you truly want to hear beyond the words, pause for just a moment. Exhale fully, emptying your lungs completely. Then inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a silent count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 2. Finally, release the breath slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Do this cycle 3 times. While you're breathing, softly stare at the speaker's left eye. This is often linked to the dominant language center in the brain, creating a subtle energetic connection. The magic happens next. Listen without any agenda, without planning your reply, without formulating your next witty comment. Just listen. This 90-second practice of focused breath and receptive attention flips your brain from its default mode chatter, that constant internal monologue, into a more relaxed, open theta state. This is the bandwidth where subtle insights, unspoken words, and even telepathic impressions can land before they're ever articulated aloud. Why it works? Breathwork and meditation are scientifically proven to create a calm, receptive state where inner senses can emerge. This particular breathing pattern, with its extended exhale, stimulates the vagus nerve, promoting relaxation and shifting brainwave activity towards the alpha and theta states. The theta state is associated with intuition, creativity, and deep receptivity. By intentionally withdrawing attention from external sensory input and internal mental chatter, a form of pratyahara or sense withdrawal as found in yogic practices, you're creating a quiet inner space. In this stillness, your inner ear becomes attuned to subtle energetic frequencies and unspoken communications, opening channels for clairaudience and telepathic sensitivity. You're not just hearing words, you're perceiving the underlying intent and energy. A stressed-out manager, notorious for interrupting and dominating conversations, reluctantly tried this before a difficult meeting with an employee. As she performed the 3 breaths and focused on the employee's eye, she suddenly heard a clear thought in her head. She's terrified of spreadsheets. It wasn't spoken aloud, but it was undeniably clear. Instead of launching into her usual data dump approach, the manager opened the conversation differently. Let's look at these numbers together, and please, don't feel any pressure. We'll figure this out. The employee, visibly relieved, burst into tears, admitting her anxiety. Their dynamic completely shifted, and productivity soared, all because the manager listened to the unspoken. Technique 4. Dream Reentry. What it activates? This technique is your direct line to activating dream prophecy and sharpening your symbolic sight. It teaches your subconscious that you're paying attention, encouraging it to send clearer, more actionable guidance through the rich tapestry of your dreams. It transforms your dreamscape from a random nightly movie into a personalized guidance system. How to do it? This requires minimal effort and yields profound insights. Keep a cheap notebook, nothing fancy, just a simple pad and a pen right on your nightstand. Title it Night Email. The absolute moment you wake up, before your logical mind fully kicks in and tries to rationalize everything away, immediately scroll down anything you remember. It could be an image, an emotion, a single word, or even a bizarre sentence like talking banana. Don't edit, don't judge, just capture. Sometime midday, when you have a quiet moment, read your entry. Circle all the nouns. Now ask each noun one by one, what practical action could this represent for me today? For example, if you wrote talking banana, you might think, banana equals potassium equals maybe I need electrolytes, or maybe it's a reminder to slip an organic snack into my kid's bag. Perhaps talking means I need to communicate something clearly. The key is to find a practical, tangible action. And here's the crucial part. Follow through on that action before sunset, even if it feels silly. By consistently engaging with your dreams in this way, your subconscious mind learns that you're actually paying attention. It then starts sending clearer, more direct previews and guidance because it knows its messages are being received and acted upon. Why it works? Dream work, including journaling and symbolic interpretation, is a cornerstone of developing prophetic insight and clairvoyance. Your subconscious mind communicates primarily through symbols, metaphors, and emotions. By regularly recording and reflecting on your dreams, you're essentially learning the language of your deeper self. When you take action based on these insights, you reinforce the connection, signaling to your subconscious that its guidance is valued. This practice not only enhances your ability to recall and interpret dreams, but also trains your mind to recognize symbolic patterns in your waking life, expanding your clairvoyant capacity to see hidden meanings and connections. It's like installing a universal translator for your inner wisdom. A dedicated nurse, always focused on practicalities, logged a dream entry one morning, orange elevator. She initially dismissed it, But later that day, during her noun analysis, she associated orange with caution vests or safety, and elevator with vertical movement or lifting. A subtle nudge told her to check something related to vertical movement and safety. That afternoon, she meticulously double-checked the hydraulic bed in her ward, a system she usually only gave a cursory glance. She discovered a loose connection in the hydraulics that, left unchecked, could have caused a patient to fall. Her dream, initially dismissed as random, provided a vital warning, preventing an accident and reinforcing her trust in her night emails. Technique 5. Mirror Gaze Light. What it activates? This intriguing technique is a gentle but potent way to activate your clairvoyance and begin cultivating aura sight. It trains your peripheral vision and subtle perception to detect energetic fields that are always present but often overlooked. It's about seeing beyond the purely physical into the subtle layers of energy that surround all living things. How to do it? Head to your bathroom or any mirror and dim the lights just enough so you can still clearly see your facial features. But the harshness is gone. Soften your gaze. This isn't about staring intently or trying to find flaws. Instead, look at the space outlining your head and shoulders rather than focusing on the details of your face. Let your eyes relax and unfocus slightly. Set a 2-minute timer seriously. Don't skip the timer. It helps you relax into the practice. As you maintain this soft, peripheral gaze, you might start to notice a faint, shimmering layer of light around your body, especially around your head. It might appear white, or perhaps a soft pastel color. Don't judge what you see, don't try to force it, just observe. When the timer gently dings, close your eyes for a moment and simply note any colors or sensations you perceived. Do this for 3 consecutive nights. By the 3rd night, most people report seeing at least a steady, subtle eggshell glow, or perhaps even a faint color. Congratulations! That's your biofield, your personal energetic signature, becoming visible to your newly awakened subtle sight. Why it works? This practice taps into the nature of subtle perception. When you soften your gaze and use your peripheral vision, you bypass the analytical, detail-oriented part of your brain. This allows your visual system to pick up on subtle energetic emanations that are typically filtered out by our focused, object-oriented vision. The biofield, or aura, is an electromagnetic field that surrounds all living beings, and while it's usually invisible to the naked eye, it can be perceived through training. This technique, by shifting your visual processing, allows you to begin perceiving these subtle energies, thereby developing your clairvoyant capacity for seeing beyond the physical. It's a step towards seeing the world as a vibrant tapestry of energy, not just solid matter. A high school teacher, constantly trying to discern sincerity from elaborate excuses, decided to try mirror gaze light. After a few nights, she started noticing a thin, faint yellow rim around the heads of students whenever they were fibbing about homework or other assignments. It wasn't a glaring neon sign, but a distinct, subtle shift. She now knows exactly who hasn't done the homework or is trying to pull a fast one, not by their words, but by the subtle energetic cues she's learned to perceive. It's made her a much more effective and slightly more amused educator. Technique 6. Empath Shuffle. What it activates? This essential technique is all about activating and refining your expanded empathy while simultaneously establishing strong, healthy energetic boundaries. It's crucial for anyone who tends to absorb the emotions of others, teaching you to discern what's yours and what belongs to someone else. It's about navigating the emotional Wi-Fi of the world without getting overwhelmed. How to do it? This is a wonderfully grounding and empowering practice. Find a patch of grass outside or simply stand barefoot on your living room floor. Imagine an invisible, energetic zipper running directly from the crown of your head all the way down to your feet. It's like a spiritual wetsuit. Now, slowly and intentionally, pull that zipper up from your feet to your crown, visualizing it sealing and protecting your energetic field. Feel a sense of energetic containment. Then just as deliberately, pull it down from your crown to your feet, releasing any accumulated energy. Do this once or twice. Now here's the shuffle part. Walk to a new spot. It could be another room in your house, your balcony, or even just a few steps over to a neighbor's porch if they don't mind. Once in the new spot, repeat the zipper visualization, pull it up, then pull it down. As you do this, consciously notice if the emotional weather inside you shifts. Do you feel lighter, heavier, more anxious, or more peaceful? Different locations and the people who inhabit them carry different emotional and energetic Wi-Fi signals. This simple zip technique helps you from automatically connecting to and absorbing all of them. It's about consciously choosing what you allow into your energetic space. Why it works? This technique directly supports the development of expanded empathy by making you more aware of energetic influences, as highlighted in the research context on energy tracking and empathic practice. By creating a conscious energetic boundary, you learn to distinguish your own feelings from those you absorb from your environment or other people. The grounding aspect, standing barefoot, helps to stabilize your energy, making you less susceptible to external fluctuations. This practice strengthens your energetic resilience, allowing you to be empathic without becoming energetically depleted. It's like having a personal firewall for your emotional system, allowing you to connect deeply without getting entangled. A realtor, known for her ability to connect with clients, walked into a stunning, meticulously staged house. Yet the moment she stepped inside, an inexplicable, crushing sadness washed over her. It was so intense it almost brought her to tears. Remembering the empath shuffle, she quickly stepped outside, zipped herself up, and then re-entered the house. This time, the overwhelming weight vanished. She could still sense a subtle undertone of melancholy, but it no longer consumed her. Later, she discreetly learned that the sellers were in the midst of a bitter divorce and were heartbroken to leave their family home. Armed with this subtle, energetic insight, she was able to price the emotional undertone into her negotiation strategy, securing a fair deal for her client without absorbing the seller's grief. She navigated the situation with both compassion and professional acumen. Technique 7. Light behind light. What it activates? This profound technique is a powerful catalyst for activating unified inner knowing and cultivating spiritual vision. It's rooted in ancient Vedic practices and trains your consciousness to perceive the underlying energetic reality, the luminous substrate of existence, rather than just the surface appearance. It's about seeing the world through the eyes of your soul. How to do it? Find a comfortable, upright seated position, close your eyes, and allow your attention to settle. Now imagine a tiny, brilliant star, a point of pure light, glowing gently in the very center of your head. On each inhale, visualize this star brightening, becoming a little more luminous. On each exhale, simply allow it to stay lit, holding its radiant warmth. Continue this for about 10 breaths, letting the light grow steadily. After these 10 breaths, imagine the star's glow beginning to seep outwards, expanding gently. First, it fills the entire skull, a soft internal luminescence. Then it continues to expand, filling the entire room you're in. Don't force it, just allow it to spread. Finally, imagine this light expanding even further, reaching out to the horizon, encompassing everything you can imagine. Rest in that vast, spacious, luminous light for a full 60 seconds. Feel yourself immersed in it, part of it. When your minute is up, gently open your eyes. Take a moment to notice the subtle shimmer on objects around you, as if someone just turned up the contrast or added a delicate halo. This Vedic-based practice isn't just visualization, it's a profound training for your brain and consciousness. It teaches you to perceive consciousness itself as the fundamental substrate of reality, not just a product of your brain. Why it works? The research context highlights Vedic light meditation as a way to awaken subtle senses and spiritual vision by focusing on the inner light and consciousness. This practice directly engages your pineal gland, often associated with spiritual insight, and shifts your perception from a material-centric view to an energy-centric one. By consciously expanding your internal light, you are literally training your brain to perceive the energetic essence of things. This practice calms the nervous system, activates the prefrontal cortex, associated with higher-order thinking and intuition, and helps integrate the diverse forms of inner knowing into a unified spiritual vision. It helps you see the world as a vibrant, interconnected field of energy and consciousness, making subtle perceptions not just possible, but natural. A programmer, renowned for his logical, analytical mind, had been struggling for days to debug a particularly stubborn piece of code that had stumped his entire team. Feeling frustrated, he decided to try the light behind light technique for the first time. As he rested in that expanded, luminous state, he suddenly saw the glitch in the code not as a series of errors, but as a distinct red thread running through the entire program. It was a clear, visual insight. He immediately opened his laptop, traced the red thread he had seen in his mind's eye, and fixed the bug in minutes. It was an elegant, simple solution that had eluded them all, revealed through a shift in his perception, a moment of pure, unified inner knowing. All right, you've just been introduced to 7 powerful ways to tap into your innate super senses. Which one of these techniques really lit you up? Was it the subtle shifts of the body scan blink, or perhaps the intriguing energetic perceptions of mirror gaze light? Drop the number of your favorite technique, 1 through 7, in the comments below. Let me know which one resonated most with you. Your comment isn't just a casual interaction. It actually helps train the algorithm to bring this kind of transformative content to more first-time explorers, people who are just starting to realize their own incredible potential. So, a huge thanks in advance for sharing your insights. Common obstacles and quick fixes. It's totally normal to hit a few snags when you're starting something new, especially when it involves retraining your perception. Here are some common obstacles and quick, practical fixes to keep you moving forward. Obstacle 1. I didn't feel anything. Fix. Let's lower the bar, shall we? Our subtle senses don't typically shout, they speak in whispers. You're not looking for a lightning bolt or a full-blown vision on day 1. Instead, celebrate the tiniest shifts, a fleeting tingle, a subtle change in temperature, a barely perceptible color shift, or even just a single unexpected word. The key here is celebration. When you acknowledge and celebrate even the smallest hit, you're giving your nervous system a huge green light. You're telling it, yes. More of that, please. This positive reinforcement encourages your system to send clearer signals next time, building momentum. It's like teaching a puppy. You reward the smallest step in the right direction. Obstacle 2. I'm too busy. I don't have time for this. Fix. I totally get it. Life is demanding. The trick isn't to find more time. It's to link these techniques to habits you already have. Make them seamless additions to your existing routine. For example, do the 3-breath silence while your kettle boils for your morning tea or coffee. Practice the body scan blink every single time you wash your hands throughout the day. Journal the first hit right after you send that important email. By piggybacking on established habits, you eliminate the mental hurdle of finding time, making practice effortless and consistent. It's about integrating, not adding. Obstacle 3. People will think I'm weird. Fix. This is a classic fear, and it's completely understandable. But guess what? You don't have to post aura selfies on social media or announce your newfound clairvoyant abilities to everyone you meet. Keep your practices private. Keep a log for your eyes only. Let your increased accuracy and uncanny insights speak for themselves. When your friends start asking, how did you know the freeway was jammed before the traffic app even updated? Or how did you guess exactly what I was going to say? That's when the curiosity begins. Your quiet competence will be far more persuasive than any grand pronouncement. You'll find that genuine intuition inspires intrigue, not judgment, from those who truly matter. Advanced combo. Ready to really turbocharge your subtle senses? This is where the magic of stacking comes in. Pick 1 morning technique, 1 midday technique, and 1 evening technique, and commit to practicing them consistently. Morning. Start your day with journal, the first hit right after breakfast. Capture those fresh, unadulterated insights before the day's demands cloud your mind. This sets an intuitive tone for the day. Midday, around lunchtime, or during a natural break, practice the empath shuffle. This helps you clear any energetic residue you might have picked up, ensuring you're operating from a clean, clear emotional space. Evening. Before you go to sleep, indulge in the light behind light practice. This not only promotes restful sleep, but also primes your subconscious for clearer dream insights and deeper spiritual connection throughout the night. Within a mere 48 hours of consistently stacking these practices, most people start noticing undeniable synchronicities. You might hear the perfect song on the radio just as you're thinking about a specific person. A friend might call you just as you were about to reach out to them. You might stumble upon exactly the information you needed, seemingly by chance. This isn't random, it's the cascade effect in action. Your brain, having been consistently fed subtle information and validated, now starts filtering for coherence and connection instead of randomness. You're literally rewiring your perception to see the interconnectedness of everything, making your life feel more guided, more meaningful, and far less chaotic. If you're hungry for more real-world experiments like these, more practical tools to explore the depths of your own consciousness, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell icon. That way, YouTube will actually notify you when I upload new hacks that have been tested on actual humans, not just theory. And if you have that one friend, the one who's always saying, "I swear I felt that coming," or "I had a weird feeling about that," then please do them a massive favor and share this video with them. They're likely just one simple technique away from finally trusting themselves, from fully stepping into their innate wisdom, and from realizing they're not crazy. They're just exquisitely sensitive and powerfully intuitive. Conclusion, rapid recap. So let's quickly recap these 7 incredible keys to unlocking your hidden super senses. Body scan blink gently wakes up your inner touch, making you aware of subtle sensations and energetic shifts within and around you. Journal the first hit provides undeniable proof that your intuition is real, tangible data, not just imagination. 3-breath silence tunes your clairaudience, allowing you to hear unspoken truths and subtle guidance in any conversation. Dream re-entry becomes your nightly download service, providing symbolic guidance and prophetic insights from your subconscious. Mirror gaze light offers a soft entry into clairvoyance, revealing the subtle, luminous energy of your own biofield. Empath shuffle keeps your emotional boundaries crisp and clear, allowing you to experience expanded empathy without absorbing others' burdens. And finally, light behind light restores your spiritual vision and unified inner knowing, connecting you to the luminous substrate of all existence. Stack them, rotate them, experiment with them, but above all, practice them. Remember, just like an unused muscle atrophies and weakens, unused senses also fade. Give them the attention they deserve and watch them flourish. These 7 techniques aren't about giving you new, fantastical powers you didn't already possess. Not at all. They are simply about turning the volume back up on conversations that never actually stopped. Your gut, your dreams, your inner screen, your energetic field, they are all broadcasting 24/7, a constant stream of wisdom and guidance. Start small, stay endlessly curious, and remember this crucial truth. Every single time you trust that subtle nudge, that quiet knowing, that fleeting image, you're not being irrational, you're not being weird. You are, in fact, being profoundly, gloriously, and fully human. You are fully equipped. You are finally, truly online. Welcome back to your extraordinary self.